Hello, Astro fam, and welcome to your reading. My name is Bren. I use they, them pronouns. And today, yes, I will be giving you a timeless, intuitive astrology reading. So the way that you can choose which group you want a reading from is either choosing the zodiac sign of your sun, moon, and rising, or you could also pick an area of life. Say that you really want more insights about partnerships, one-on-one deals, clients, things like that. That seventh house matters. So in your birth chart, whatever sign rules that seventh house, you can also then pick that for your reading today if that's what you specifically want clarity on. So for example, if you have Scorpio in the seventh house, and you want relationship advice on that seventh house stuff, then you can pick Scorpio. Even if you don't have placements in Scorpio, you can still view that area of your chart through this reading. So without further ado, let's begin. Hello, marvelous Aries. I am so excited to be giving you Cardinal Fires a reading today. We're going to start with the Astrological Tarot deck, and we also have a few other decks that we'll be using. And additionally, at the end, we will be selecting a good luck charm to help guide you through what can bring you good luck through the shifts of what's going on right now. I don't want to get too many cards here, but the first tarot card that we have right now is the Ace of Swords. So it does seem like there's a new beginning. Oh, there's more air energy here. A new beginning in the mind, in the communication sector. And Mercury has come up as well as the 10th house of ambition. So this could definitely have career indications, not necessarily, but however you're showing up in the world. 10th house matters, is like your legacy. That's how people see you in, the broadest sense. Like, for example, Brooke Shields, for example, she was she still is, I suppose, a very popular model, Venusian type, and her Venus is in that 10th house. So however you're showing up in the world right now, and also that has to do with like the way you communicate and the way that you're thinking. And we have a bunch of sevens. We have 77 and we have just 7, so even 3 sevens all in a row, if that has any signification to you. Moving on, so this is indicating to me that you're in a new start of some kind, especially when it comes to, your mindset. Maybe things that used to plague you in your brain earlier, you now have that sword to cut those ties and start fresh, have a new idea coming to fruition. And, aces are beginnings, so they're not quite earthly yet. They're not grounded in the tangible realm quite yet. So this 10th house card too, it's showing like a game of chess. So this is also about like playing your cards right, which is kind of funny. Chess does not have any cards in it, but you know what I mean. So being strategic moving forward. So this is a new beginning for your mindsets to shift. However, it seems like there's still some work to be done to make sure you don't fall into old patterns of like, oh, I can't do this for XYZ reasons, or I don't know, this just doesn't seem like I'm good enough for this thing. This is like where this sword is coming and be like, cut the shit. You are worthy. And get really clear with what you're really wanting. Mercury is also the trickster planet. So, don't be playing games with your own self. I'm really getting like, don't get in your own way vibes from this spread. You have the potential to really achieve what you're wanting, big long-term goals, and don't get in your own way by feeling like you're not enough, or feeling like, oh, it's just, there's too many things that are getting in the way. Obviously if the universe is telling you no, listen to that. If you're trying to swim up current, relax and go along the current. But this is more, I feel like this is more expressing that it's time to go after for what you want. It is a new beginning, and to not get in your own way through your mindset. So the numbers here, so we'll start with 77. The mantra for this one is I am brave. And it says, it is time to move on from the old patterns, habits, and fears. What was I saying? Don't get in your own way with your mind. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. That's 10th house stuff, you know? Now is the time to be bold and brave. So it seems like you've been preparing for this moment. You know, you've cleared out, we're back at 1. You know, the cycle of numbers ends at 10 and then, or 9, depending. But anyway, then it restarts at 1. So leave the past in the past. Now is a really great time to start fresh and not feel like, your past defines you. Of course, like, there's nuance to that statement. So, you know, you definitely need to make wrongs right if you've wronged people in the past and take accountability for sure. And again, that's not really what I'm seeing here though. It's more of like, don't let, you know, all those like things that might have been like so embarrassing for you, other people are not thinking about it as much as you. So don't get caught up in the brain. Honestly, there's a lot of cerebral action going on here. Liberate your thoughts by catching yourself when you're going down those spirals of this is not really helpful. And yeah, go for what you're really wanting. It seems like your goals are definitely achievable if you set aside those insecurities and really try to own what you're wanting to do. 7 is all saying, I am brilliant. So I really am feeling like a need for you to like reinvigorate that self-confidence that you have. Aries is a naturally confident energy. You know, they go for what they want. They feel that fire, they feel that instinct, and they go for it. What is it? Act first, think later. And you know what? It seems like that's like follow your intuition. That's kind of what it's saying too. Don't get so caught up in the logic of things. Not everything is logical. As much as our society would love for us to be in this pretty little box of logic, that's just not how everything is. Of course, we need an element of logic. Like, take calculated risks. Don't just take a risk for the risk of it, you know? If you're gonna jump off a cliff, have a bungee cord attached to you, you know? And this reads, you possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both the informational and spiritual planes gives you a greater awareness than most. I am brilliant. So this is also about trusting your own gut. Maybe people around you are going one direction and you feel like maybe you should go that direction because that's what everyone else is doing, but your gut is really saying like, no, I got to double down on just like my gut. Like, even if everyone else is jumping off the cliff without a bungee cord, I'm going to get a bungee cord just in case, you know? So this is seeming like a healthy balance is needed between your risk taking and also not overthinking and analyzing things. Logic and emotions, logic and the intelligence that your body is also telling you. So don't get too caught up in here. So to close out this lovely reading, we're going to pick a good luck charm from the treasure chest to see what is going to be bringing you good luck moving forward. And it might be hard to see, but this is a little square portrait of a child. I collect these little knickknacks from everywhere, so there's just lots of random stuff that comes up. When I'm seeing a picture of a child, it's about, there's something about the past that we're revisiting. So tuning back into that inner child desire, like what would you have chosen for like your career or like how people see you when you were a kid? Like, and are you aligned with that still? Did you let go of some childhood dreams because, maybe logically it's not feasible. Like, I need to pay the bills, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever those things that are getting in your way, this is, your good luck will actually come from revisiting your dreams as a child and also nurturing those inner child dreams, even if they've seemed really ridiculous. Like, oh, when I was a kid, I wanted to be, the Chuck E. Cheese mascot or something. Like, maybe that's so out of line for where you are now, but tap into why maybe you were feeling that and how can you use those lessons from the past to ignite a new beginning moving forward. So those are all the messages I have for you right now. Thank you for listening. Now on to Taurus. Hello, lovely Tauruses, and welcome to your astrological timeless reading. I'm here to share the messages that you need to hear today. This is an astrological tarot deck, and the card that popped out is Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Love good Queen of Cups. Emotional energy, some watery energy. So your message may be definitely revolving to your emotions and standing in integrity with your emotional body. Oh, and we also have Venus, obviously, for our Venusian Tauruses. Beautiful Venus. And we also have the 11th house. It says society on there, 11th house themes of the astrology charts often indicate your hopes and dreams, friendships, groups, communities, good luck, things like that. So I love seeing positive cards. And for your last card, we are using an angel numbers deck, and you did receive 555. It does say, I am optimistic. So staying optimistic. Honestly, there's a lot of jovial energy here. Even the 11th house, it's like it's giving 3 of Cups vibes. There's 3 hands reaching in community, cheersing. I love 3 of Cups energy. So again, there's water everywhere here too. Venus, she's emerging from the water. And so this definitely is speaking to where you're at emotionally. 5s, especially 3 5s in a row, for me, always indicate rapid and I'm even getting chills because they're like, yes, rapid change, and change, especially for a Taurus, a fixed sign. Tauruses don't like that. You like slow and steady wins the race kind of vibes. Like, let's just keep it. Taurus is also associated with the Hierophant in the tarot. So, tradition, keep things status quo, things like that. And it does seem, though, with this angel number coming up, that there is a big change happening for you right now. And the mantra is to stay optimistic. It says, I am optimistic. So I'll read you the card. It says, a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. Often through times of change, humans get super uncomfortable, and they feel, as though I'm not a human. We often feel that, we're in danger. Even if the change is really good. I'm feeling very optimistic vibes about the change that's incoming, but because there's so much uncertainty tied to change, especially for Taurian energy, it can feel very uncomfortable. So this is about, I feel like Spirit is inviting you to maybe do what you don't want to do, which is diving deeper into those emotions. How can you stand in integrity in the way that you're feeling? And I'm kind of getting a similar message from the Aries group too, which is like trusting your gut, even if everyone around you is not aligned with that, or they're not saying those same things. Like trusting your gut first before searching elsewhere for what that might mean. With the Venus and the Society 11th house, it seems like there might be clarity on a dream of yours and how you might need to shift in order to achieve that. And leaning on your community is going to be a crucial way, honestly, for you to get to that goal. You might not feel very comfortable asking for help or support. That might be you, usually, like going for, helping. You want to be the helper. Like, you want to do things on your own, and as capable as you are to doing those kinds of things, you're so much stronger with a community backing you. And like, if you don't feel like you have a sense of community, now would be a really good time to seek it out somewhere, like starting a hobby. And it doesn't have to be, an expensive thing. It could be like a game night at your local coffee shop, that you can just show up and be a part of something. And even like literally with cups involved, it could be like a place where beverages are served. It could be a bar, but I'm thinking more like lighter energy, like a coffee shop or smoothie place, whatever. But sharing in community with people is really important for this, for you to feel some sense of stability in the change. So leaning on your community and things like that. Venus coming up too. I just love Venus. What did I want to say about her? She's just so beautiful. This is about through change. Again, like you don't focus so much on the what ifs in a negative way. Now would be an ideal time to start thinking about the what ifs in like the best way. So instead of being like, what if it doesn't work out? Be like, what if this ends up being the best thing ever? You know, or what if, you know, you get the point. But finding more gratitude on your day-to-day basis is going to really help support you through this shift. Even if things really seem bad and everything's crashing down, there's always something to be grateful for. And Spirit really is encouraging you to go that direction instead of like doom and gloom spiral. Because that's not going to help you. That's going to keep you in this uncertainty change for longer than you need to be. If you can just embrace the changes, go with the current, you're going to feel so much more emotionally secure in all areas of your life. Queen of Cups too, I'm thinking like leadership as well. So you don't necessarily need to, like, I believe that everyone has capabilities of being a leader in some capacity. You don't have to be the leader of a country in order to be a leader, or a leader of a war. Like, I don't know. But I don't even know why that came up. I was thinking like Aries soldier, like leadership. That doesn't have to look like that. Like, every sign is a leader in different ways. So although maybe an Aries leader would be that warrior type, a Taurus leader can show up differently. And that is about getting in touch with the Venusian things. Like, it's also talking about balance between your coping mechanisms. So not to stereotype, but that's coming up, so we have to do it. You know, Tauruses love food. Tauruses love anything sensually pleasing. So a good massage, a good meal, nice smells, a beautiful perfume. Like, these are things that are really helpful to ground you in your emotions. Like, you know, if you're needing grounding, smelling some frankincense or rosemary, something like that. However, it can also be really easy to slip into like overeating or overindulgences. Instead of it actually being a coping mechanism, it's actually feeding into the problem more. So the main message that is coming through for you is to cater to your emotional needs in a way that you're taking care of yourself and not hurting yourself. And this can be hard. And it seems like, yes, still the message is coming up. Like, maybe you hold a lot of these emotions yourself, or you hold other people's emotions, or you're just holding a lot right now. And it's okay to let some of that go. Maybe it's good to have a good cry, and water is everywhere. So interacting with water is super cleansing in general. And Earth loves water. You know, Taurus, Earth, you love water. So maybe taking a bath and having an intention during that bath of, I'm cleansing away the things that are no longer serving me. I'm, nourishing my body so the change isn't disrupting my nervous system more than it needs to. It can be also as simple as literally intentionally drinking your beverage. Like, okay, this is tea. So when I smell the tea, I am relaxed. When I ingest the tea, it's cleansing me from the inside out. And then when I release it, it's gone, So you can do it through that. You can also even just wash your hands. Like, if you feel like you're feeling really overwhelmed with all this change and unsteadiness, just wash your hands and just be like, I'm washing away what's not serving me. And it's going to take some active work too. It's not like if you just wash your hands, like, oh, all your problems are gone. Or if you interact with water, like take a bath, oh, nice, everything's great. That's not how it works. It's more of a practice and just being intentional. Like, let those opportunities of washing your hands or interacting with water be the reminder you need to cleanse. So, and you interact with water all the time, every day. So every time you take a sip of water, that is a moment that you can bring back this intention of standing in your emotional integrity, whatever that means to you at this time. So it does feel optimistic. Keep that in mind while things change. It really might feel a little uncomfortable, but just know that your choices in getting through this obstacle can bring you closer to what you're really wanting. They had one more message. Maybe not. Maybe that's all they want for that portion. Maybe it'll come up when we do the little good luck charm. So everyone also gets a little good luck charm. We're going to pick one from the little treasure chest at random to see what's going to be bringing you good luck moving forward. And Taurus, you got the perfect little fluffy floof. It's a pom-pom. It's a purple pom-pom. Purple is often associated with the crown chakra. So getting in touch with your spiritual side could be beneficial to you at this time, especially through change. Like usually it's when we hit rock bottom that like we do get in touch with our spiritual side, or we're forced to. And then if we hit rock bottom, then we can push our way back up to the surface easier than if you were like here. So not that you're hitting rock bottom. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that sometimes the worst things that happen to us can be blessings, and it's in your good luck to maintain that mindset. This is also like super playful fun, and it seems like you could make, an art project or something out of this. And you're so Venusian, art is integral to who you are in a lot of ways, or the Taurus, Taurus energy part. So, and I'm just having so much fun with this. So another thing, your good luck is also to have more fun. Like try to, again, have that gratitude and enjoyment for the things in your life that are going well. Don't just focus on all the change and insecurity that you might feel because things are shifting. Have more fun. And those are all the messages that I have for you. Thank you, Taurus. If this resonates with you, please leave a comment. And let's go to Gemini. Hello, lovely Geminis, the twins. Wow, your card came out so fast. This deck is the Astrological tarot deck. We also have another just astrological deck here, and I'll link all of these in the bio. So if you would like a deck of your own, you're welcome to. This is also the Angel Numbers deck that we're going to be using today for your reading. So I automatically am so enthusiastic to see this card. A 10 of Cups. I always love to see. This is talking about the happily ever after. Who doesn't love a happily ever after? And, it's a, whenever I see 10s too, it's a culmination. It's a completion of some kind. So this is telling me that there's something in your life right now that you could definitely be very appreciative of, and you might have even achieved a goal of some kind. Cups is signifying like an emotional sense of a goal, so it could literally be that you have a really great friendship right now, or a partnership that's really filling your cups right now. And even if like maybe other parts of your life are messy, or you're never going to be fully content with every single thing in your life. And that's actually a great thing, because otherwise you'd get bored. And we know Geminis, don't leave them bored. There may be some chaos coming in. Okay, I wanted to pull one more quick card for y'all. Just because all the other decks that I've done all the other readings I've done so far have had 2 of this. And yeah, I wanted to talk about it. Anyway, Sagittarius did come up too. This is your sibling sign, fire and mutable. And I love Sagittarius because Sagittarians, they're the one with the bow and arrow. So they can have a goal, shoot the arrow, be optimistic that wherever it lands, they can go find that and they can achieve that goal. Or it will pierce the flesh of their game, their whatever they're hunting, they can get that. So there's a lot of wisdom that Geminis, y'all can also be using, there's a lot of wisdom you can learn from the Sagittarian, your sibling sign. And this is about like thinking bigger too. So maybe you're like, why would you say that there's like a happily ever after in my life right now when I don't see that at all? Spirit saying, first of all, it's there. So you need to look harder if you really don't see it. There is definitely something that has come to fruition that you've been wanting and desire. And sometimes like our dreams definitely do change and shift, but like sometimes we forget that like it becomes normal. They're giving me like an example, like back in the day, like our ancestors didn't have running water like in their house. And I'm assuming you do, but if you don't, bear with me anyway. But you know, like that's something we take for granted now on a day-to-day basis. Like, yeah, we literally have flowing water, and like most of the time it's clean, you know, at least if depending on where you're at. But that was something that we take for granted now, but our ancestors would have been like, that is such a game changer. That changes life completely. My life quality has improved. So this is saying like you've achieved something. It doesn't have to be that severe, obviously, but you've achieved something that a past version of you would be so ecstatic about. And now's the time to embrace whatever that is. Even if other things aren't in place how you want it, you do have some sort of happy ending. And it is an emotional nature. So like it could be a relationship, but it also could just be like your emotional security within yourself. It's like, wow, like this situation in the past might have like totally triggered me and made me go off the deep end and yada, yada, yada. And now, even though I'm not happy dealing with this situation, at least I now have the emotional tools to deal with it in a way that I feel is aligned with where I'm at right now and my higher self, you know? So definitely give yourself a pat on the back for how far you've come in that way. You've put in a lot of work to get to that point, and now's your time to, enjoy your little happily ever after. And every happily ever after, you know, like I'm thinking of like a Disney movie, like Cinderella, for example. It's like, oh, there's the little happily ever after, but that's not the end of their life. I mean, it is an animation, so I guess in a way, but like their story would go on. Even the Little Mermaid, like there was a Little Mermaid 2, you know, they like the Little Mermaid 1 had like the happy ending, whatever, but then there was another one. So it was like, it's not actually the end, you know? So this is a time to start appreciating when you have those like checkpoints of happily ever after in your life. Because nothing stays. The only constant is change. But you'll enjoy life more if you appreciate more of the things that are coming in for you. You also got the waning crescent card. When we talk about a waning crescent, that's when the moon is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So this is just before a new beginning. This is just before a new moon. It's the last opportunity you have to shed and let go of what's no longer serving you. And it could be in regards to an emotional thing. Whatever topic you kind of came into this reading wanting to know more about, if you had an intention, that's what this is talking about. And if not, just take it generally. But it could be like a final emotional purging of something. Maybe a wound that you used to have. Because also Sagittarius, even though this isn't Chiron, I do think of Chiron when I see a centaur type. And so maybe you're shedding some final wound or like little achy part that used to trigger you a lot, and maybe you're being really triggered now, but this could be the last time that you can finally say like, hey, I'm done. Like I don't need to be triggered by this anymore, and it's time to heal and go for what I really want and learn that lesson from the Sagittarius. You know, Geminis are very good at collecting information and holding two opposing truths as one, you know, like even though two things are saying opposite things, they can both be true. And that's the beauty of Gemini. Like you can play both sides of that, which is really cool. And Sagittarius is now coming in as your sister sign to be like, yes, it's good to have all that information and it's good to balance those things. And let's also expand and think a little bigger than just the little things in life. Gossip, I mean, it's hard for me to talk about Gemini without a little gossip, because I do think of gossip so much when I think of Gemini. So maybe this is a warning to those of you who might indulge in a little bit of gossip. And, you know, not all gossip's bad, but your intention's everything. And you also don't want to get caught up in a messy situation. You know this probably really well, like balancing two things or two people's sides of a story, for example, and then they want you to pick a side. It's like, but wait, what? You know, so the point, what are you guys trying to tell me with this gossip thing? It's just like, notice when you're communicating in a way that's, gossipy, in a way to just stir the pot, which is more ill-advised, rather than sharing information to protect a community or to just get some connection from people. There is a difference. There's definitely a difference between talking shit, honestly, and then also just sharing information to be like, I have a weird feeling about this person. Do you as well? And then if they, you know, then you can talk about it, because your gut is telling you something too. So yeah, just try to release some of those like old childish behaviors. That is probably going to help you in this next phase of life. The angel number that you got was 10. So you got 10, 10. Whenever I see two 10s together too, it's about patience. Maybe not a strong suit of Gemini, not necessarily not a strong suit, but this is encouraging you to be a little patient if you're waiting for something to happen, or again, like, you do have a beautiful thing right in front of you. Appreciate that while it's here, instead of being like searching too far in the future for more of what you want. It's like, you have a lot of what you want right now. Appreciate it while it's here, because sometimes like those things don't last forever. So this says, I am ingenious. That is the mantra of the number 10 for this deck. It says, you have great leadership skills. We've been talking so much about leadership the last couple readings too, so that's really interesting. Your mind is sharp and allows you to dream up ingenious ideas and organize all the details, then direct others how to carry things out. So maybe going back to, I'm getting chills too. Going back to what we were saying about like the gossipy thing, you can actually be a leader through the way you communicate. Geminis have a gift of communication, and like, again, the melting pot of information to make it more digestible for others, and you can lead through that. You don't necessarily, we were talking about this in the last reading, like, you don't necessarily have to be the president or whatever to be a leader. You know, you could be someone within your community who leads through just showing up through your words and being and speaking with integrity, and calling people out when they are doing some whack stuff, you know, standing up for the little guy. These kinds of things, these are great ways how you can show up in your leadership. It literally doesn't have to be a huge thing, but you can make such big ripples in the pond by just making one comment. And so that's why Spirit is encouraging you to choose your words wisely moving forward, especially in the next couple weeks, because I think that's when our next, we'll have another waning crescent in the next couple weeks. So especially for the next couple weeks, be very careful and selective with your words. And also don't be afraid though to speak up. You know, it's better to say something and do it in a way that wasn't perfect than to keep your mouth shut on something that's really important. I'm really feeling like, standing up for the little guy, like advocating for what's actually right, like getting aligned with your, your ethics system or your moral compass, really getting in tune with that. And then when you witness something that goes against your moral compass, saying something. Because not everyone will have the bravery to do that, and not everyone's ready for that. And we also go through phases where sometimes we're ready to speak up, and then other times we're less so. So this is since you are in a time of happily ever after, you know, you have a lot of strength behind you right now. So use your voice while you have access to it, because there will be maybe a time where you need someone to advocate for you too. So definitely be the bigger person. Don't gossip. And yeah, embrace the leadership that you definitely have within you. So the last thing we get to do is choose a good luck charm out of the treasure chest and to see what will be bringing you good luck moving forward. And you got this green bead. I actually don't know what kind of stone this is at all. I was gonna guess, but I was like, green adventurine, but it's literally just green. I don't think it's green adventurine. But anyway, green is associated with the heart chakra. So I definitely feel like you'll get a lot of good luck and grounding through listening to your heart. Like, what does your heart really want to say? Especially when you might be in a mode where you have to confront someone. It's like, as long as you're following your heart and being compassionate and direct, there's nothing that can go wrong, really. And if the other person reacts poorly, if it's not well received, that's not on you. Like, you can stand proudly because, and firmly in what in your words, because you're connected to your heart and you're speaking the truth. And again, compassion comes in with there too. Like, definitely be ready to use tact, because directness can hurt more than it helps, especially if that just leads the other person to get more defensive. So listening is going to be really crucial coming forward in these next few days and weeks for you in particular, but also maybe even getting grounded in nature. That's something that I always love to tell my clients. I have to tell myself that all the time. Like, especially for such a cerebral sign like Gemini, like, you're always going up here, you know. Let's ground our thoughts in maybe even a journal. That's like literally a physical way of grounding your thoughts, or get grounded by hugging a tree, or maybe you want to pick up a rock and find something in nature for you to just keep as a reminder, like, hey, I got this. Definitely trust in yourself. Your inner compass is so strong. So, and don't feel like you need to go any direction because someone else is telling you. Go where you want to go and trust your own intuition. That's where it's going to lead you to more happy endings coming true. All right. Thank you so much, Geminis. Please leave a comment if this reading resonated with you. And now on to Cancer. Hello, lovely Cancers. Welcome to your reading. Ooh, we're just drawing a card from the Astrological tarot deck here. You did get Strength. I love this card. It's 2024 as we're recording this, and 2024 is a year of strength, because if you add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, it's 8, which is 8, the Strength card in tarot, which is also associated with Leo. And also in this deck, we have additional Leo energy. We have waxing crescent as well on this deck. And so lots of solar energy, lots of Leo energy. So, ooh, should we take, we're gonna try. This is an angel numbers deck, so we're gonna also get some insight. You just want 2 of these. I will give you 2 if it happens one more time. Oh, now Spirit's all like up in my business with all these cards. They're like, accept what I'm giving you. Alas, be clearer then, Spirit. That was pretty clear. So wonderful. Okay. I am adventurous. 23 is your angel number. So we can start with that. Sure. I'll read you what it says. It says, you have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. I am adventurous. And Cancer is a cardinal water sign, and so it popped out to me. What popped out to me on this card was that it says you love change, because, well, we were doing a reading for Taurus earlier, and it was literally the exact opposite message, which was like, you don't like change, but change might be happening for you. So whether or not you embrace change, change is happening, and change happens all the time. And, you know, Cancers are good at starting things. They are a cardinal energy. So I feel like Spirit's telling you that whatever you're wanting to initiate change right now, go for it. There's so much Leo energy. Now is the time to shine. And then in tandem with this waxing crescent. Oh, so we got waning crescent for a previous reading. This one's waxing crescent. And what that means is the moon's growing bigger. So this is just after a new moon where you can see like a little sliver of possibility. So it seems like you are in a phase of life at this point, whatever area of life you're thinking about, where you've already started something new and it's growing. And that's very exciting. And Spirit really wants you to, stand strong in your confidence. There's a lot of confident energy. You know, this is Cancer reading with so much Leo energy. That's the sun and the moon coming together. And the sun and the moon's relationship is, I don't want to say turbulent, because it's just forever changing, because the moon is forever changing. She is always growing in size and then always shrinking in size. And she's also, sometimes she appears during the day with the sun, and then they have a great relationship. They're having a conversation. But then sometimes, you know, she just shows up at night because she doesn't want to have anything to do with the sun. So you might be in that mode right now where it's like you want to embrace this like shining Leo illuminative energy, and also at the same time you're like maybe not wanting to take up space in a certain way. Because there's so much Leo energy here, I would say it's safe to say that like go towards the light rather than away from it. It might feel like challenging because it's a spotlight. So the sun can illuminate, and it also can be blinding, you know, and it feels like you just had the spotlight on you and you're like, oh my gosh, this is blinding. Like, I don't actually like this. I've been wanting this, but I don't actually like it. But give yourself some time to adjust, because what Spirit is illuminating for you right now is necessary for your growth. Yeah. I want to get actually an additional clarifier. Actually, I want to get an additional clarifier here, I think. Just because I want to know more about like what we would just want one. Oh, and we have Venus. So Venus came up for the Taurus group as well. So if this reading's resonating with you and you want an additional reading, the second Taurus reading might also be helpful for you. Even if you don't have Taurus placements in there, that's in your chart, that's totally fine. You can also look at where Venus is in your chart. So say you have, a Scorpio Venus. Maybe you look at the Scorpio section of this reading as well to get more information. But this is about filling your cup in a way that is enjoyable for not only you on a day-to-day basis, but also the people in your life. It seems like by you sharing your light and showing up and taking up space, you're going to inspire more people to do the same, and also help other people like spread their wings and feel confident. Like I'm getting like your energy is contagious, and it would be a shame if you kept that private, you know, because unless your energy is rank, definitely keep that to yourself. But I have a feeling this is very radiant and positive. And so like the more that you can be confident, even if it's fake it till you make it kind of confidence, that's okay. That's still confidence. You can also encourage other people to do the same and really help people overcome their struggles too, because you know what it's like to want to just hide and like, you know, protect your energy. And by you being vulnerable and opening up, you know, put those claws away. We don't need that right now. Little crabby Cancer energy. It's okay to just be the ooey gooey goodness and show your insides right now. It seems like you are in a position where you have more strength than you have in the past, and maybe you have a better network or community that can also help fuel your strength. And it's a good time to test the waters and put yourself out there more than usual, maybe. And this could look like so many different things. It could be putting yourself out there through you know, maybe you post more on social media than you usually do. Even if it's just one post, just talking a little bit about yourself, that could be enough to really propel like other people to feel the bravery to do that for themselves, because maybe that's what they need. And you're just really showing up in ways that you haven't been able to do in the past, and it might feel scary because it's like, wow, I'm actually using my voice and it's actually changing things. Wow, okay. You know, so I'm definitely seeing change for you as well. You did get a 23 as your angel number card. 2 plus 3 is 5. And 5s to me signify change. So it does seem like you're embodying a new personal change right now, which is absolutely beautiful and much needed for you. And you know, when you are a king on the throne, you know, you do have more attention. If you do put yourself in the spotlight, yeah, there is a lot of attention on you, and that can be really scary and like a lot, like it can just feel like a lot. And also just know that it's not always going to feel that way. This is like the first, again, like when the spotlight first shines on you, it's blinding. But as you go along and just follow your heart and just trust, your eyes will adjust. You know, you'll have more opportunities to embrace that spotlight in whatever way it means to you. Because also, like, if you need to turn the spotlight off for a little bit, that's okay too. This is not saying that you need to just go full force. Your all eyes are on you now for the rest of your life. It's like, no, that's not what it is. But it is like when you can get out of that shell and like embrace the spotlight, definitely do. And like I was saying earlier, the spotlight can either like burn or enlighten or enlighten. It's like the sun too. The sun can either give life or it can also give you a sunburn, you know? So it's also about knowing your personal limits of like how long of sunlight is an illumination is healthy for me, and when do I need to give myself breaks too? Because this is a new beginning for you. You're not brand new, but it still is newer for you. So give yourself the patience and time that it requires for you to get more comfortable in that lion energy. And maybe you like hang out with more Leo people or watch a play, engage in like Leo activities, like go hang out with kids, not randomly, like Spirit, come on. They're like making jokes. Anyway, but like if you have like kids of your own, like channeling their mindset, be like, what would it be like to have a brain like theirs? Or little cousins that you have, like if you don't have access to kids, maybe watching a kids TV show that makes you feel really nostalgic for when you were a kid. These are things that can help build your inner strength. It did want to give you a warning. Don't be scared. Warnings are just to help. They're not to hurt. And always only take what resonates, leave the rest. Leos also can be how do you want me to say? Maybe that's not necessary for right now. We'll come back to it if it's relevant. Until then, we're going to pick a little good luck charm from the treasure chest to see what is bringing you good luck right now. And we got a little Monopoly house. Woo woo! And how Cancerian is that to have a literal home? This is like a literal structure that keeps you protected. So I feel like this is telling you that your good luck comes from you feeling grounded in your sense of home within yourself. Yes, a sense of home can be found in a literal physical structure like a home. It also can be like your trust in the universe and trust in like the people in your life who are your foundation. is it you? Like, are you offering yourself a good enough foundation to be, to shine your light in a way that you feel comfortable? Because another part of like maybe why you don't want to shine your light so bright yet is because you're not really sure of what your value systems are or like what you're going to achieve right now. I think that's less important than you just like showing up in the ways that are authentic to you and knowing that your security comes from within. You know, even if your house burned down, why do you give me these extreme things? I don't want to scare you. This is spirit, so like again, don't be scared. That's not the purpose of this. This is your good luck, remember. So like even if everything came, again, that tower moment, like if everything came crashing down, you would still have you and you would still be able to find that sense of security from within. So also, it is green, which is associated with the heart chakra. So, like, follow your heart, listen to your instincts. You know, people, especially in our society, often disregard emotions. Like, don't think so emotionally. Like, think logically about this, blah, 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 blah. Cancers have so much intuition and, like, they have so much emotional intellect that they can tap into. Yet in our society, it's easy to shut down. So it's easy to ignore that sacred and important advice that you could be getting through your emotions in your body. So this is your good luck is definitely to like follow that and trust that you're on the right path and like whatever you're feeling is right. So if you meet someone, you're like, something's off about this person. There's nothing really like wrong, I guess, but there's something off. Listen to that. Your body's telling you that for a reason. And it doesn't mean you need to completely avoid this person or whatever. It's just about keep that in mind when you move forward and maybe don't entirely trust them with something if that's what it's coming to. Don't give your crown to someone else. You're in a very important phase, it seems like, in embodying your confidence and going after what you want and being the king of your own castle. This is a time for you to live your life for you and not for other people. And Cancers sometimes can live life for their parents or for like what society wanted them to do. This is the time you're breaking away. If you haven't already, like you're doing that, and you might be like being tested a little bit with your leadership. Like, oh, was this actually the right decision to follow my heart? Yes. We have so much heart energies, not only green heart chakra, but also Leos rule the heart as well. So definitely trust your heart. You're in there. You're exactly where you need to be. You're liberating yourself. There's a lot of liberation that I'm seeing. And don't be scared of the spotlight. If you need to hide a little bit, that's okay. But the goal is to get more out there and be less scared about you having your opinions and your perspective. Like, we need your perspective. You have a very important perspective. And don't keep that from other people just because you're not ready to shine. Because you are ready to shine. Don't regress into like older versions of you at this time. This is the time to really stand confident in where you are now and where you want to go and where you want to be. Your higher self, you're embodying every day more and more. So, you know, even if you take a step backward, you're still taking 2 steps forward. So you're still always spiraling upwards, you know. So I wish you the absolute best. If this reading resonated with you, please leave a comment. And let's now go on to Leo. Hello, my Leos. Welcome to your reading. You already have a card flying out there. This is the Astrological Tarot deck. And this is, ooh, you have another just card that wants to fly out. This is a new moon. New moon card. And then this is the angel number deck. We're going to get an angel number for you. 31. I am disciplined. We're going to get one more of these too. I kind of want to get. The new moon flew out so fast. Ooh, and we got Taurus. I'm going to take both of these. You get 2 extras. Okay. Or you get 1 extra, I guess, from the other groups. So, let's take a look-see here. The first card that came out for you for the tarot is the Seven of Swords. Swords is associated with the mind and communication, the thought processes, things like that. And the Seven of Swords is specifically associated with the moon in Aquarius. So that is your sibling sign. Aquarius is the like 6 signs away from Leo. So you guys are looking right at each other. So there might be something in regards to balancing that Leo energy with the Aquarius energy. The Leo, like confidence, everything, you know, spotlight on me kind of vibe, whereas Aquarius is more detached and I don't want to say external necessarily, but perhaps that's just the what wants to come through for this particular reading. It seems like there's something that you're holding on to that really needs to be let go. As you can see here, like the figure is holding a bunch of swords and trying to like run away from something almost. And if you were a person to hold 3 swords in your hand trying to run away from something, that's like running with scissors times 100. So it's not advised. This Spirit's telling me that you need to drop something, and this could be an argument where maybe you're defending yourself too much. Maybe you're becoming too defensive over something that you could actually take accountability for. Or maybe the other person, it seems like maybe this is like a conflict with someone, perhaps. But also maybe like the other person's not willing to listen to you. So maybe you just need to let it go because like this person is not going to listen. So it's up to you to decide in your situation whether it's you that needs to be do the releasing. Well, you need to release something regardless, but like if you need to let something go and take accountability, or if you need to let the person go because they can't take accountability. You know what I mean? Like you definitely deserve to be in relationships where you can have conversations without feeling like you're running through a forest with sharp objects that will hurt you. And also like, yeah, like I was saying, swords symbolize the communication and your thought processes. So like, you know, swords can cut, your words can cut. So being discerning with the word choice that you use for whatever topic you're wanting to, whatever this reading's about for you, it seems like you need to drop it. Whatever it is, you need to drop it, or else you're going to be, you're at risk for hurting yourself through your own thoughts. You know, isn't that so funny? Sometimes we can like literally hurt our own feelings because we are spiraling into like telling ourselves a story about something that's not even real. So if you're doing that, this is Spirit telling you, hey, you are doing that. And also you can fix that. You can set boundaries with your thoughts to protect yourself from hurting yourself in the future. You know, this could also be like maybe you're dreaming about someone, like you met someone new and you're building this whole fantasy about them. You're like, wow, this is going to be so great. And then you realize like when you're interacting with them, like, oh, they're actually nothing like what I built them up to be in my head. And that's how you hurt your own feelings too, because you're like, wow, I was really excited about something that doesn't even exist. I'm a Pisces. I understand, like that is so real. And also that could be part of what's going on. So in any of those little scenarios that I just gave you, that's whatever resonates most with you. Dig deeper into that, and maybe after this reading is a good time to journal or just even bullet point like things that you want to let go of. And if it's not in relation to like a person or a conversation, this could just be your relationship with yourself. Like, am I filling my head with negative self-talk that's hurting me? How can I empower myself more, and how can I subsequently empower others through that? So a pretty powerful first card for you. Not gonna lie, that was probably the most intense that we've had so far, which again, it's not a bad thing. It's just where you're at right now, and you did select this reading for a reason. So trust that. And even if it doesn't make sense now, like wait a week, it might come back. So let's talk about your angel number next. You do have 31, and it says your mantra is I am disciplined. So I think that's really coming back to this. Like, are you being disciplined with your mindset and your words? Are you speaking with integrity? Are you thinking with integrity? Is it aligned with where you need to be? And is it helping you or is it hurting you? This is good information to have. So this reads, your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. I am disciplined. 3 + 1 is also 4, which I associate fours with stability. So I really feel like, and you have Taurus here too, which is another, like, I feel a lot of stability from that sign. Fixedness. You're a fixed sign anyway. So don't get too fixed in your mindset because there's like a new beginning here for you, this new moon. And this new moon flew out of the deck. That was like so fast. So it seems like you're really ready for this new beginning, but you're in a phase, you know, when there's a new moon, the sky is dark. Like it seems like, where am I? What's going on? It's that seed that's planted into the soil and it's dark and it doesn't know what, you know, growing into a beautiful tree isn't promised, you know, it's just a seed at that point. So that's what Spirit's saying to you too. It's like, wherever you're at, and it seems like this is a mindset shift that you're moving through. It's a new beginning for you. And it might feel scary because it's new. And to not worry though, because there's like a progression here. So it's new moon, Taurus, and then it's the first quarter. That was the last card that came out. And first quarter is, a week before full moon or a week after a new moon. So maybe something will be coming to fruition for you even a week from now. No matter when you're listening to this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're listening to this, maybe a week from now is going to be where you're going to feel a little bit more progress in this. But right now you're in that really new phase, and to just embrace that and just to know that, like, you're strengthening your own muscles right now. You can't expect yourself to lift 200 pounds if you've never lifted a weight in your life, you know? So this is about like doing the mental reps to get yourself stronger mentally and physically. Well, physically too is coming up. That's Taurus. Okay. You're doing your reps. So then when you are come to like a conflict point, you'll have more muscles. You know, do you really need 7 swords to fight a battle? No. If you had that many swords, you would be juggling too much and would probably lose. So, like, get rid of the excess. And again, swords are your thoughts and the way you talk. So, like, get rid of those mindsets that are keeping you back, like maybe feeling like you're not good enough, or feeling like, or building up scenarios in your head that are, you know, like, what if the worst thing happens? And then, you know, you're preparing for something that didn't happen and that might not happen. So why are you spending so much time on this? Get really firm with that one sword, sharpen that one sword, and start doing your reps with that one sword. So then when you do come to a point of conflict, you'll know how to wield that sword in the most effective way, rather than trying to juggle a bunch of swords. Sometimes less really is more. And that's what Spirit's telling you. Like, maybe you're juggling a lot of things right now that you could let go of some things. Prioritize your energy. You are the sun. Like, Leos can be victim more than any other sign, in my opinion, to energy vampires, because you're literally radiating energy. You want to shine your light on people. And some people can take that for granted. So just being really clear in your life with who needs more boundaries as well. And I think you need boundaries with yourself. Like, definitely it starts with you. And then also, like, who in your life are being those energy vampires that, like, you don't necessarily need to cut everyone out of your life. It's more about, like, who is worthy of my energy and how much. Because you can have a friend that is a little bit of an energy vampire, but they're really fun in a lot of other ways. And, like, they're just that kind of friend that you only hang out with, like, once a year, you know, instead of, like, every month you have a new thing. Like, just start knowing, like, you don't need to love anyone any less because you put boundaries on them. You know, like yourself, you love yourself so much that you give yourself boundaries so you don't put yourself into this mental spiral. Boundaries can definitely be helpful. And so, yeah, Spirit just wants you to start recognizing areas of life where you can set more boundaries and be more positive with your thought processes about all areas of your life, it seems. So now we're going to, oh my gosh, more cards. We're going to try, pick a good luck charm out of the treasure chest to see what is bringing you good luck. And we have this little Spirited Away. I forget the name. Don't be mad at me. If you know the name, please comment it. But it's like this little like eating figure from Spirited Away. And there's a lot of inner child good luck, I feel like, coming in for all signs so far. So for you especially, Leos, you're associated with that childlike exploration and play and fun and creation. So maybe you watch like a good kids movie that you used to really resonate with when you were younger and relive the childlike wonder that you used to have when you were a kid, because you can tap into that at any time. It's easy to, you know, let that get away from you, especially when, you know, society's like, you need to pay bills and you have responsibilities. Yes, and you can have fun too, and you deserve to have fun. If you're not having fun in life, you've got to make time and room for it somewhere. Like it's crucial to your well-being. This is also like he's like snacking. He's like he eats. So making sure that you're eating foods that are nutrient for you. Also with this Taurus here, like some good earthy foods, maybe crops directly from the stem if you can. Or like picking an apple literally from a tree. Getting in touch with your food sources might also provide you good luck in that you feel more connected, you feel more oneness, and whatever you're nourishing your body with, that's what you're becoming. So again, if we're really wanting to get away from those like mindsets that are toxic, like, or processed, like maybe eat less processed foods so your mind is less processed, you know. Those are the messages that I'm getting for you. And even like getting like cool little snacks together for yourself, so when you are feeling hungry for things that, and this is also metaphorical, but like if you are literally hungry for like certain foods that are not good for you, maybe having snacks pre-prepared, like little grape Tupperware where you can just open your little jar and you have grapes ready to eat. So then, yeah, if you're needing to nourish yourself, you have an option right away that is good for you, rather than like eating junk. And what I was saying with the metaphorical thing too, like metaphorically, if you're eating junk, like say you're watching too much social media or reels, that's junk. You know, depending on what you're watching too, but like use your discernment. We're talking about junk right now. So like, I don't know, Gossip Girl, like reels that literally don't even pertain to anything in your life, and you're just like, oh, thinking about all the processed stuff. Like that's just, it's not authentic. And you are such a sign that needs authenticity, that like the more you feed into that inauthenticity, that might feed into your brain loops. So nourish yourself with good nutrition, both physically and mentally, and you'll be golden. That's your good luck. And I wish you the absolute best. If this reading resonated with you, please leave a message. And now we're going to go on to Virgos. Hello, lovely Virgos, and welcome to your intuitive astrological reading. Right now, I am just shuffling the deck, the Astrological tarot deck, to see what card comes up for you. And we also have another astrology type deck. It's not a tarot deck though. Ooh, very interesting. And we also have an angel numbers deck. And this will give us an angel number for you that will offer you some support during this time. We've got some interesting energy here, Virgos. Let's talk about it. Well, the first card that you got is the Three of Swords. And this astrologically is associated with Saturn in Libra. So this figure, the Three of Swords is one of the most scary, like one of the most like traditionally scary like card. I'm not too scared of it, but because also it is associated with Saturn Libra. Like Saturn loves being in Libra because it's about balancing the scales. It's about justice. It's about like, making things right. And when our heart is broken over something, it's a sign to us that it wasn't right in a certain way. That's kind of what I'm feeling, at least for this. Like if someone breaks up with you, for example, like that's going to really hurt. But also that's just telling you also that the relationship wasn't right. If that person doesn't want to be with you, then it's not the right fit for you. You deserve to be with someone who does want to be with you. So this could be about a loss of some kind too, or a severing. I'm seeing a lot of severing energy. We have Mars present here as well. We've got actually two planetary energies. We've got Mercury too, which is ruled by Virgo. And then you also have 555 about optimism. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to talk to you about this card too, and we'll go into more messages. So 555, a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. So I believe it was either Taurus or Aries that also got 555. So there's a lot of shifting energies just in general right now. So this is about staying optimistic. Maybe someone did break up with you, or maybe something was forcibly removed from your life. Could also be a job maybe that was removed, or an opportunity of some kind. But Spirit's really wanting you to trust that whatever was taken from you, or whatever just didn't work out that you really wanted, was not, it wasn't meant for you. And it's a blessing in disguise, because there could be another opportunity coming for you with this shift, which is exciting. Mars. Oh, Mars, why are you dirty like that? Okay, actually, I feel like there's a message with that. Mars can feel like it's doing you dirty. Like, again, they're severing. Mars wants to cut. This card is all about, like, literally you are impaled through the heart. There's a lot of mourning going on here. But with anything that gets severed and ended, it's the opportunity for something new. So Spirit's telling me to give you like an example of, they want me to build you this picture. So say like everyone has a certain amount of energy to give, and like just on a day-to-day basis to run. We all have a certain amount of energy, right? And we have energetic ties to everything that we are committed to, or that everything that we put our attention to. So like our job has like an energetic tie to it. Our friendships have energetic ties. And so Spirit is telling you that right now your energy is being siphoned to some energetic ties that are no longer serving you. So this could either be that something was taken from you, something was severed already, or you need to do some severing yourself. There's some endings that need to come. And again, it could just be like, it could even be, say you have roommates and you always are the one doing the dishes, right? And you're just like, I am so tired of being the only one doing the dishes. I know I'm the one who signed up to do this task, but like this is too much, because like you can feel literally like dishes is that energetic tie. And so you're like, I need to sever this because it's like taking too much from me. And so you might need to tell your roommates like, hey, I know that I signed up for this duty. And I'm also noticing that it's really taking a toll on me, and let's reevaluate and make something more fair. Something like that. That is what could be coming up for you. Maybe you need to, be proactive in that. But also just trusting that if something was forcibly removed from you, that it needed to go, and don't keep that energetic tie feeding into something that is done. If someone else severed with you, like if they're like, hey, we're done, and you're still like mourning, or like, mourn. Obviously, you need to like, your feelings are valid. And if you're mourning a loss, like, definitely do that. And also, this is more about saying, like, don't dwell on it. And Spirit's really wanting me to give you a reality check, honestly. They're like, be fucking for real. This thing is over, and you're wasting so much energy on this thing that is done. So now's the time to move on. Because if the faster you can like set your like, sever that energy, then your internal battery can recharge, and then you have more to give to the other things that you're energetically tied to, like your dog or your kids or yourself, like whatever it may be, like your passion project. Whatever is being severed right now is hurtful. Like, obviously, this is the heartbreak card. It's gonna hurt. And the beautiful thing about feeling such immense pain or heartbreak is that it proves love, basically. It's like, love is so powerful that when you love something and it leaves, you mourn. So it's just a very human thing. And it's about also looking at things from a different perspective. Maybe even staying busy. Mercury is a very active planet. So staying busy, and so is Mars. Mars is about energy too. So, while you're moving through this heartbreak, if it hasn't come up yet, maybe it's going to come. And it also could be metaphorical too. Like, this could be like a heartbreak over like a mindset that you used to have. And you're mourning like the old you, that can be valid too. But yeah, staying busy, maybe like doing some good workout stuff. Virgo is very, like, I think of health consciousness a lot of the time when I think of Virgo. So like, what is your body telling you that you need? Are you getting enough exercise? Even going for a walk around the neighborhood when you're feeling so, heartbroken. You could be, laying on your bed, scrolling, doom scrolling. Or you could, get out of bed for literally 10 minutes, go for a walk, get back into bed, whatever. But like, at least you kept yourself busy, so then you're not like ruminating in this pain. Yeah, Spirit wants you to kind of get moving. To be very frank with you, Spirit is like, I like to give my messages, I don't want to say sugar-coaty, because I don't believe in that either. I love, directness is getting the messages across is my main goal. But I like to be kind in the way that I express messages, because I feel like it's easier to digest and I also don't want to fearmonger. So Spirit, though, for you, they're not being mean necessarily. They're just saying like, get a fucking grip. Like they're like, be fucking for real. That keeps coming up. Like, be fucking for real and face the music. It is what it is. Things are changing. And, Virgos are mutable. You can go with the flow. There's something here, though, that you're like wanting to hang on to that needs to be released. And you can't move on until you do that. So keep doing your best to just release whatever that might mean to you, and if this, doesn't resonate now, it might resonate in a week or so. So just keep an open mind. You're exactly where you need to be, and whatever you need to release, just know that it's divine timing for that to go. And there's like so much amazing things waiting for you on the other side. Why be stuck here when you could just remove those swords and start walking to a hospital? They're honestly being so catty right now. I'm like, their messages are so funny to me. Anyway, but like, yeah, take yourself to a hospital, get the treatment you need, and then you can go on your merry way. That's what they're saying. Like, mourn, but like, don't dwell. So let's pick a good luck charm for you out of the treasure chest. And you got this little bow tie. It's a button, or it's not a button. It's a bead, and it's a little bow tie, which is so cute. This is about, I'm feeling a lot of like Venus energy, beautifying your space. Maybe if you've like neglected a certain part of your routine, maybe returning to that could be good luck. Also like beautifying your space. So like say you haven't, maybe you have a lot of laundry just piling up, time to do your laundry, like or you know, okay, spirit wants me to tell you that like your environment often reflects what's going on inside. So like if you have mess everywhere, if you have, you know, mail piling up, those kinds of things, those are pileups that can also be happening internally with you. So if you take care of like the little messes in your immediate environment, maybe your car needs to be vacuumed, you know, just get it a little spruced up, or yeah, doing your laundry, or maybe you've seen dust bunnies, you know, piling up under your couch, like cleaning that stuff out. Literal physical cleaning can offer you a cleansing of your brain too. Because also while you clean, you can process a lot of stuff. So your good luck will come from having a beautified space, whatever that means to you. That could also just be energetically changing things up. Like maybe you always had, yeah, your little alien friend on the couch here, but now you feel like he would be better, you know, in your car with you, like traveling with you, like whatever, like reorganizing your space, I feel like will offer you that shiny brand new beginning. It's like, this is like a bow. So I'm thinking about like something that has been in your life for a long time, can be brand new if you just give it new life by cleaning it up or giving it, like moving it to a new location. So spruce yourself up, spruce up your space. That's going to offer you that good luck that you need to enter this beautiful new chapter of your life. Don't be scared. It's hard to let go, but it's necessary in order to be closer to aligned to what you're truly wanting and truly dreaming of. So I hope that these messages resonated with you. If they did, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And without further ado, let's now go to Libra. Hello, Libra crew. Thank you for sitting with me for your reading today. We're just drawing, ooh, you get 2 cards. Why not? This is the Astrological tarot deck. So we have a couple cards for you here. We have another, this is an astrological type deck. Ooh, you got a flyer too. Oh, Mars coming back out. Showing up, Mars. Not Venus's favorite planet, but we'll go along with it. All planets have their value. So all the messages that you're receiving, you know, they're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. So keep an open mind. And if this really isn't resonating with you, then you can always check out a different reading. All right, let's see what we've got. Well, we do have the 2 of Swords here. This is a Libra card. It's associated with Moon in Libra. I always think of this card, well, not always, but often think of this card as a decision needing to be made. Then we also have the Star, Major Arcana, okay, and that is associated with the sign of Aquarius. So we've got a lot of air energy already here right now for the air sign of Libra. That makes sense. We also have the planet of Mars. Mars is associated with action, energy, fitness, also severing. So, and that was actually Virgo also got this card just before you. So maybe you have some messages in that reading too if you want to check that out. Okay, and then your angel number is 111. I am creative, and it says, angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. Yeah, I love triple ones. It's like, it's a 3, basically. 1 + 1 + 1 is 3, and that's all creation energy. So it seems like maybe you're at a crossroads of some kind at this moment in time, trying to choose, do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I say things like this? Do I say things like that? Do I say something at all, or do I just keep quiet? These are the things that you might be moving through right now. And the Star kind of coming out in tandem with this decision is, I feel, encouraging you to do what's best, what will give you the most freedom. Freedom is coming up. And Aquarius isn't always associated with that, but I'm seeing this bird. I'm just being called to like, what's going to liberate you in this situation? Maybe, you know, Libras often struggle with making a decision. they're always, that's literally what this is like saying too. It's like, well, I could do this, but also I could do that. And so you can have this decision paralysis. But with Mars here, this is saying you need to make a decision and maybe fast. Like now's the time to just go for it. You don't need to overthink things. Like whatever your gut is telling you, let's do it, baby. Like that's what's going to offer you what you are wanting. And it's going to create something that is more aligned with where you are now. You've done a lot of growth in the last couple years, and now's the time. Like your hard work has paid off, so you're evolving, and you're needing to like dump, like, you know, kind of like the Aquarius, like dump the remainder of stuff, like dump the old, dump what like older versions of you may have thought or felt or done. It's time to start fresh. And like with that dumping, that water, it's nurturing the ground of the seeds that you really want to plant and grow in that new beginning. The struggle, yeah, it still seems like you're struggling to make a decision. It's like, yeah, I hear that I need to make a decision, but what decision do I make? That is going to obviously still be up to you. I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, the spirit said earlier, like whatever is going to give you the most freedom. Also, like maybe feeling like more detached about it too. Like what's going to get you closer to your dreams, but also like thinking bigger picture rather than what's immediately going to feel good. So this is saying like to make the decision that's going to be least gratifying maybe in the immediate. Like maybe something would be really easy to pick right away. Like honestly, addiction's kind of coming up to me. So like say you have a nicotine habit, like you could either decide, oh, I'm going to get a new vape, you know, or you could not. But that craving is so strong for that new vape that that's going to be the instantly gratifying thing. So that's so much easier to grab for. Spirit is saying like to really try your best to not do what's going to be immediately gratifying, because in the long term, the other option is going to be offering you much bigger benefits. So this could, obviously that's like like an addiction kind of example, but this could mean so many things. Like a job, for example, maybe you get 2 job offers. One's like, oh yeah, you're going to get paid like a bunch right away. And, you know, but it's less of what you want to do. It might look more enticing because of the benefits maybe, but then you also have this other option. It pays less, but it's also like, this is exactly what I've been wanting to do. This, like, I liked the people in my interview, all that kind of stuff. Like, go for what feels good long term. You know, don't settle just because it appears to be a better option, because ultimately it's actually not the better option. It might appear that way at first, like the vape, oh, I'm gonna get my craving fulfilled, I won't be cranky, blah blah blah, but long term, like, it's gonna be way better for your health to not do that. Same with the job. Like, yeah, you might get better benefits for this job, but maybe you're working like 80-hour weeks. Like, that's not conducive to your well-being. So it's better to do a 40-hour job, getting paid maybe less, but doing more of what is in alignment for you. And those are just, again, 2 examples. This could be so many different things. It could be relationships, people, any Martian, like maybe Mars related activity, partnerships, things like that. But it seems like, yeah, you're on the path to something new where you can be creative and express yourself more authentically. So, you know, take the time. I know, like I said earlier, like decide right away, like take your time to really feel good about your decision. Just don't wait too long. You know, you'll know when the time is right internally. Listen to yourself. Don't overthink things. Don't spiral. That's what's going to get you in this loop of like distrust with yourself, because you're not going to be able to trust like what the right thing to do is, because you're so busy up here, you can't listen to here. So listen to your heart, get grounded. You're exactly where you need to be. And this is a great new beginning for you to go after more of what you want for you. You know, Mars is also like the more selfish planet, you know, Libra is like, oh, others, like balancing the scales. Mars is kind of like, what do you want though? Go for what you want. Don't keep people pleasing other people. Like maybe your parents want you to take that 80-hour job because it looks really good on a resume, but like you really want to work at an animal sanctuary. Like, do what you want. Don't go for what other people want. That's just a recipe for misery. So now we're going to pick a good luck charm out of the treasure chest for you. And you got this little American Girl doll, like donut thing. I think it's a donut. A little plastic donut. And the message I'm getting for you is treat yourself. And it's not like I wouldn't think it's like a big thing. This is like, just notice like the little treats you get yourself. Maybe you get like a matcha. You don't usually get a matcha, but you treat yourself to a little treat, you know? Especially when you do make this decision. No matter whether it's the right or wrong decision, whatever it is, when you make that decision, treat yourself, because it wasn't easy to come to the conclusion of your decision, but you made it, and you can stand firm in that, and you should treat yourself that you did the hard thing. Sometimes it is hard. And also this is about, this was a good luck message earlier too, for one, I don't remember who it was, but eating good foods that are nourishing for you. Definitely try to be more mindful with what you're ingesting. Honestly, substances are coming up a lot for you. So if you do vape, that is like something that you're putting into your body. Being more mindful about that and trying to cut down on the things that are not helpful for you, like processed foods, vaping, alcohol, weed. Can I even say that on YouTube? I don't know. Hopefully I don't get censored, but but yeah, now's the time to really nourish your body in all different ways, because that's going to make your mind clearer overall. So short-term gratification is less than long-term. So keep that in mind. That's going to be your good luck. And I hope that these messages resonated with you. If they did, please leave a comment. And we'll now go on to the next sign, which is Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio group, and welcome to your reading. This is the Astrological Tarot deck, and we're going to pick a card for you from there. And we're also going to pick a card from this other Astrological deck by Labyrinthos. I will link all of the decks in the description. We'll get one more. Ooh, we got Jupiter, Virgo, Knight of Pentacles so far, and we're also going to draw a card from the angel number deck to see what angel number is helpful for you right now, which is 44. I am supported. So we'll start with the angel number. Why not? 44, it's a master number. I love 44. 44 always tells me like when my ancestors or spirit guides are with me. Or I get 444. That's how I know that I am supported and how I am protected divinely. This reads, your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. Very nice. Well, in Scorpio energy, I definitely feel a sense of a connection to, the other realm. I was talking about my ancestors earlier, and I feel like Scorpios do have that hidden access to like a thinner veil in many ways to the spirit world. So this could be encouraging you to, like, if you feel like you don't resonate with that, maybe diving into like learning more about your ancestry and learning more about what spirituality even means to you, and diving into like, honestly, for me, spirituality is just like, how can I learn to cope and tap into myself more on a daily basis? How can I feel more connected with the world around me? That's spirituality to me. And that can mean something different for you, or it's like your own version of that. So tapping into what is going to help you have more faith in this present life that you're living, that's going to be very supportive for you. And also trusting your gifts. Sometimes like Scorpios are water signs, so you have these intuitive insights sometimes that other people who maybe don't have that watery energy yeah, you might have these insights that other people don't. So you might feel or seem crazy when actually you're tapping into something that other people just can't sense. You know, some people are like colorblind. They don't know that green is blue or blue is green, whatever. It's just like, and who knows, that's kind of neither here nor there. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, just because someone can't sense something doesn't mean that you're wrong. So trust these. You might be getting like little insights here and there. Spirit might be trying to talk to you like through a sign. Maybe you can even ask Spirit, like, hey, if I'm on the right path, will you please show me a blue squirrel? It's like, how in the world will Spirit show you that random thing? But maybe you find a coloring book where a little kid has actually drawn the little squirrel blue. You know, there's things like that where you can connect with Spirit, and like things that seem trivial but actually can be really profound for you in trusting yourself and Spirit more. So definitely tapping more into that is going to be helpful for you. Now you also got the Knight of Pentacles. This is very earth energy, about standing in your power, going the direction that you want. And I'm getting Martian energy from this too, like Mars. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and going for what you want in the material world with confidence. Horses, to me, there is, yeah, very powerful horse in this image. Horses to me symbolize power. And so with you, like, and I see you as the character riding the horse. You're holding this huge coin and you're riding this very powerful creature in which you have control over, like, which direction that this creature goes. So Spirit is really wanting you to take stock of what direction you're going. You're on your horse. You have everything you need. Are you going in the direction that you want to go? Or do you need to steer the reins a little to get you in the right direction? You might be thinking, some people might be worried a little bit about finances. Perhaps they're, you know, like Spirit did say you have all the resources you need, but maybe you're feeling a sense of lack. Like, what do you mean? I need to pay my bills and I'm behind, blah, 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 blah. Spirit wants to remind you that money is not your only source of wealth. In fact, it's a very small part of it. I know we live in a material realm, and so just hear them out. You can tap into a lot of different resources. Your community and network can be a resource. Your education can be a resource, like just your life experience can be a resource. You know, Spirit really wants you to start bringing to it your attention, like your intuition, what we were just talking about. That's a resource that maybe you could tap into more at this time. Because, again, you have literally everything you need to go in the direction you want. And if you don't feel like you're going that way, or you don't feel that way, now's the time to start figuring it out, like seeing it, because that's what's going to get you on the path where you want. So it doesn't really matter what, yeah, they're like, you have what you need, whether you believe it or not right now. And if you really want to get where you want to go, you need to start seeing it. So it's up to you to choose to see that, though. So try to look at your resources too, and also be grateful. Money's coming up, so I'm just going to say it. Like, being grateful for when you spend money too. Maybe you're not having any money issues at all. That's fine. But like your relationship to money is like coming up. So like, are you also holding on too tightly to money, where you could be more charitable? So say money's not an issue for you. Maybe now's a good time to do some more giving, because whenever we give without expecting anything back, you know, the universe will find ways to return that payment in other ways. You know, the universe always keeps track of karma. So keep that in mind when it comes to your resources. Because also, even if you don't have a dime to give someone, say, like, you know, you could always share a story on, you know, you could do things that are free. You can share a story literally verbally, or like on Instagram, you know, but you can show up for people in ways, even if, like, someone asks for your help and you can't give them money or something, maybe you can give something else, like a granola bar from your backpack to someone who's hungry. You know, like things like that. You can give more than again, money. We're really trying to detach like money from wealth. Like money can influence wealth, but the wealth mindset really is coming from within. So if you feel poor right now, shifting that mindset is going to help you attract more of what you're wanting, more wealth. Again, wealth isn't just money. In fact, yes, spirit, we get it. It's also like, yeah, your emotional growth and your relationships, all those things that I had mentioned earlier. So don't forget about other types of wealth. You also got Jupiter and Virgo. We love Jupiter. Jupiter is, this is a timeless reading, but Jupiter as we speak right now is in Gemini. And that can have like a really chaotic energy. Like, oh, we have so many ideas. There's so many possibilities. You know, there's a lot of expansion here. And then with Virgo, I feel like that's like about like dialing it in. It's like, yes, it's amazing that you have all these ideas and you're growing and all that stuff. And also Virgo is here to like ground you and be like, okay, now what do you actually want to put your energy into? Like what's actually going to be, what's going to pay off in the long run for you? Where should you invest your energy now? So like long term, you'll be where you want to be. This is about like a journey of some kind. You're moving through some sort of journey where you're going to be using the wisdom that you've already accumulated. And also you're going to be gathering even more as you figure out what is of importance to you. Virgo is also about the body. So again, we're talking about wealth. So Spirit really wants you to get like a different mindset about wealth if you don't already feel this way already. But like, you know, even being able to have health, like being healthy is the most wealth. Health is wealth. So if you are healthy and you are able-bodied and you can get up without feeling chronic pain, that is absolute wealth. And that's something that you should start acknowledging on a day-to-day basis, that you're grateful for that. If you do have certain disabilities, you know this more than anyone, and you can appreciate the health that you do have, even if you don't have certain, maybe you're not able-bodied, but you're generally healthy other than that, you know? That's something to be grateful for too, because it could always get worse. Oh, Spirit, you're so funny. It could always get worse, but also let's not dwell on that. Again, Jupiter's here. We're optimistic here. We want to be optimistic. So just even if like you're going through the shit, like anytime you are suffering and going through shit, just know that like it doesn't always last. You know, this too shall pass. And also there's always something to be grateful for. And sometimes the worst things to ever happen to us can end up being the absolute best blessings. So to think a little less human, they're saying like think spiritually, think bigger picture, and like, you know, also if you're going through something right now that's stressful, like really do think about like, is this gonna be a problem for me in 5 years? And if not, literally like chill. If it is, you know, there's more nuance to that, but even then, if it is gonna be a problem like long term, take that as an opportunity, like, okay, Spirit, I have this obstacle for a reason, and I am going to embrace the lessons of this challenge so I can gain more wisdom and become stronger on the other side. I'm not sure that's necessarily what y'all wanted to hear, but that's what Spirit told me that you do need to hear. So I hope that is helpful. We also get to pick a good luck charm out of the treasure chest. Let's see what good luck charm y'all got. You got this, what is this? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, septagon? What's it called? I don't know, whatever. It looks like the stop sign shape. I can't believe I don't know my shapes. And it's just like a little block thing made of resin, and it's green and brown. So it's interesting because it's a mix of earthly colors. So I'm thinking greens, browns, that's like the colors of the earth, but also it's a resin. So it's like a plastic, it's a artificial structure. So I'm feeling like it's giving you a little bit of a mixed signal almost. So it's like the shape of a stop sign, but it's also green. So it's like stop, but also go. And also it's like be grounded, but also artificial. So I find that interesting. I feel like you're going to be moving through, if not already, like the balance of like keeping grounded, but also being open to things, you know, even artificial, that's coming up, like artificial intelligence. So a lot of people are afraid of what artificial intelligence might mean, or like it taking away jobs, it being quote unquote bad. And I think a lot of those concerns are definitely valid. And also it's a great tool. Like AI can help you, you know, detach, like say you need to have send a text to someone and you're really emotional, and you can just give it to Chat GPT or whatever, and it can rephrase it in a way that's less emotional and like less emotionally charged and more productive, you know? So I think this is about balancing, like your good luck is going to come from balancing like that authenticity of that emotional like depth that you do have, and also having tact with moving forward in the ways that you need. And especially if people are involved in an obstacle that is getting in the way of what you want, like using tact is your good luck charm. And also stay grounded, like go hug a tree. We have a lot of green actually that's been coming up. So green is associated with the heart chakra, and trusting your heart and just knowing that your heart will not lead you astray. So, I will leave it at that. I feel like that's what you needed to hear. And if you have any additional questions, you're welcome to leave a comment. If this resonated with you, please also leave a comment. And we will now move on to Sagittarius. Hello, lovely Sagittariuses. Thank you for joining in for your reading today. That was a little too many cards. We're going to be drawing a card from this Astrological tarot deck. And we will also be drawing a few cards from the other couple decks. This deck is another astrological deck by Labyrinthos. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll link all of the decks in the description. These are, whoa, you've got a lot. You know what? We're going to keep all of those. Wait, that's too many. That's too many. Sorry. You Sagittarians are just always wanting more. Ruled by Jupiter. Expanding, wanting all of them. Actually, that card came up anyway. Perfect. Okay, that's more clear. And we're also going to get a card from the Angel Number deck. Love this deck. Ooh, we've got 3 flipped over for you. Let's one card, please, Spirit. Y'all are over eager. Okay, let's see what you've got. So the first card that we got, the tarot card that you have, is 8 of Cups, and this is associated with Saturn and Pisces. You also got the 8th house of transformation and the new moon card. Ooh. And then for your angel number, you have 333, which is the mantra for that is I am powerful. So I'll read this to you. You are being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity. Live your truths and be a positive light to others. I am powerful. 333 is one of my favorite angel numbers. And I do believe that everyone is divinely powerful in their own way. We're all here for a purpose. And, you know, even the littlest things that we do can have huge impacts. You think of the butterfly effect. That's what I'm kind of feeling about this card. Like we all have sources of power that we can draw from at any time. And don't make yourself smaller just because maybe you're not like a billionaire with a bunch of influence, you know, or like a bunch of followers. You don't have a bunch of followers on Instagram or whatever. You know, this is about like there is so much power in the small things. And so like maybe buying, you know, someone a meal who really needed that meal. That could just be absolutely life-changing for them, and they may never forget that. There's these beautiful stories about, like, houseless people getting a free haircut, and then they can get a job, and then literally that transforms their entire life, and then they can help more people, so I feel like this is telling you that you are so powerful, and even if you don't feel like you have this huge like ray of influence, you do more than you think. You definitely do, and the choices that you make on a day-to-day basis, even the littlest, smallest things, have a ripple effect that are absolutely profound. And I'm actually getting a little emotional. You're the first group in all of the readings today where I'm like, wow, that's choking me up. So please don't sell yourself short in the power that you have. Absolutely. You're not the only one who got a new moon card. I believe it was the Leo group who also got the new moon card. Wow. Y'all really did make me emotional for a sec. I was like, I love when that happens though. That's when the spirit's really moving. And you also got the 8th house of transformation. I love that these two cards came out together because I often think that, death, well, the 8th house is often associated with death. Well, there's literally a skull on this card, so death is prominent for sure. And also, when something dies, it can give light to something new. So I think of, so this decomposing body, and now y'all got my nose all itchy too, all the sensory things with this group right now. Overstimulated. Anyway, when something dies and decomposes, it's feeding so many other organisms. And it can also decompose into the soil and make it nutrient heavy. So then a brand new seed can be planted and grown from that decomposing, that death, So something in your life definitely is probably coming to an end. I mean, I think it's your decision though. The 8 of Cups, it's how I'm seeing this right now is that you are in a situation where you do have like a steady foundation, but also you're like dissatisfied with what it is. I'm kind of getting a feeling of like you have a pretty good job with and again, this is just one example. So take what resonates, leave the rest. But like maybe you have a job that has all the benefits that you want, it's comfortable, but it's not filling your cup in the sense of like passion. So you're like looking to a new opportunity of some kind. So maybe you're in between, like, do I walk away from this thing that is comfortable, or do I risk it and go towards something that might be more fulfilling? And this could be relationships. It's also cups. So anything emotionally related, even like your emotional relationship with yourself. Maybe you want to walk away from like old ways of doing things emotionally. Or just try something new. Honestly, I don't like to tell people what to do, obviously, because that's not my place. What I am feeling though is like to go for the new thing. There's no growth in your comfort zone. Well, maybe there is, but not as much as when you leave your comfort zone. So, also, like Saturn currently, as at the date of this recording, Saturn is in Pisces. I believe it's around 15 degrees, if that matters to you. This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter. You can listen to this at any time. But the lesson of Saturn in Pisces, well, one of the many lessons that it teaches us is like how do we structure something that cannot be structured? Like Pisces is like the ocean. It's like this huge body of water that cannot be contained. You can't put an ocean, you couldn't put it in the aquarium. You know what I mean? You could maybe put elements of the ocean in an aquarium, but you cannot. How do you bring structure to that? So that's kind of what Saturn in Pisces is trying to solve. Like, how do you put limits on the infinite? So, how do you make your dreams come true is also what I'm getting from this. And are you on the path to making your dreams come true? I'm feeling a lot of optimism. I mean, y'all are the Sagittariuses, so you have that innately in you. but maybe you're at a point right now where there is change and transformation, and like you're in the dark of the new moon and you're feeling a little insecure about what's to come. It's like, well, I'm in the dark right now. Should I really leave the security for something that might be better, but it's not promised? And I think that's what transformation is telling you. It's like, at the end of the day, we're all going to meet the same fate. And are you going to get to an age where you regret not doing things? Or are you going to regret the things that you did? You know what I mean? There's Spirit, can you word that in a better way? You'll have fewer regrets if you go for what you truly want than if you didn't do it at all. You're the adventurer. Like Sagittarians, you shoot that arrow and you go for it. You know, you think big and you trust that the universe will provide. And you might be in a I'm not really feeling that energy as much though right now. I feel like there's like a little insecurity here. So that's totally normal, and you're so human for that, and that's so legit. And so Spirit's just saying, like, it's okay to take your time to really think about it. And also, you're in the dark right now, so you're super valid to feel scared. And also, this is a brand new beginning for you. So let the old die away. This is a brand new chapter of this book that is your life. Do you want it to keep going how the previous chapters were going? Or would you like, if you were totally watching your own life as a movie and you were disconnected from your character, like, how would you want your character to make the next choice moving forward? And I can almost guarantee that you'll probably pick the character choice where the character leaves the security behind to go for the potential. Because if we're thinking of the drama of life too, it's so boring if you were just collecting your cups your whole life. Like, oh, like, you would not watch that show. You want to watch some drama, you know? And I'm not saying that like you want like to make risky choices. Like, if you need to take a risk, make sure it's calculated, you know? But you're also so lucky. Like, the Sagittarians can, you know, fortune favors the bold. So it's advised, honestly, that maybe making the bold choice, again, calculated risk, don't do anything crazy. I don't condone that. But yeah, it's okay. Like, fortune does favor the bold, and sometimes you'll know when the time is right to just make the leap. Be the fool, jump off the cliff, and trust that you'll be caught, because you most likely will. And even if you fall, you're probably going to be just scratched up, and you'll be able to be okay and recover and try again another time. So we also get to pick a good luck charm out of the treasure chest. You know what I've noticed? This is the first time I've done this recorded kind of readings. I've noticed that I always think that I'm going to pick a certain good luck charm for a sign, and I never do. It's never the same one that I think it's going to be. So I love that. You got it's like a pinkish purple bead. It seems like kind of like a higher end glass bead. It looks like it was like hand blown. And it is purple. We've got a little bit of purple here too. So maybe Taurus, if you feel like you want further messages, watching the Taurus reading might be helpful for you, because they're both purple. But purple is also associated with the crown chakra, so connecting with spirit. Like, how can you trust yourself and spirit that everything's going to be okay if you take the leap? How can you get yourself closer to that state of mind? Glass is also a clarity kind of element. It's like, it's a barrier between, you know, the inside world and the outside world, for example, but it connects because you can still see what's on the other side. So I do think practices like meditation, or where you can just get out of your head for a while, that's going to offer you the clarity that you need to be that window of like, okay, I am on this side of the window right now, and the other side of the window is where I want to be. But I can see it, and I can trust that if I just go this way, if I leave the cups behind, leave my comfort zone, and just trust, I'll be able to see, I'll be able to end up where I want to be. So that's your good luck charm. get the bigger picture, connect with spirit, and trust yourself. You trust yourself. You know what's best for you more than anyone. And try not to get too influenced by what's going on around you, like what people are telling you to do, if it's not aligned with like what you're feeling. So definitely trust your gut. You've got this. Thank you so much for sitting with me for this reading today. I hope that these messages resonated with you. And if they did, please leave a comment. And without further ado, we'll move on to Capricorn. My lovely Capricorns. Wow, cards are already flying out. I hope y'all are doing well. We're first going to select, oh my goodness, your cards are really wanting to be seen right now. We're picking a card from the Astrological Tarot deck. And this is another astrological deck. It is not tarot, but we're going to be getting messages from this deck as well. And finally, last but not least, we're also getting a angel number from the angel number deck, which all of your cards came out so fast. So maybe that's also a message that things are coming at you fast at this point in time. So we'll start with your tarot card. You received the Six of Cups. It's associated with the sun in Scorpio. I love this card so much. It pictures like a child offering a cup to another child. It signifies a nostalgic energy, compassion, and childlike wonder. I definitely feel that energy coming through. So being maybe like also a childhood friend, it could be talking about whatever you're wanting a message on today. If that is like maybe a childhood friend or someone you've known a really long time, you've grown up with someone since you were really young, this could be confirmation for you that this is the right reading for you. And if not, this could just be telling you that to revisit, like the messages that we get in this reading could be revisiting childhood wonder and love. That could be really helpful for you in moving forward. And we'll get more messages with that in just a moment. I do want to talk to you about the angel number you got. It's 888, which the mantra for that is I am abundant. And I love that, of course, the Capricorns get the 888s. I think of eights as like the wealth number. So if we're going to stereotype, Capricorn, they're like the boss money people. So I feel like it's just a good omen for y'all. So it reads, as you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. I am abundant. And you also have two astrological signs that are air, Aquarius and Libra. At the time of this recording, it is Libra season, and this is a timeless reading, so don't worry if it's not currently Libra season when you're watching this. But there could be indications of like lessons that could be learned around this time about Libra. Libra is about balancing the scales, making sure things are fair. And a big theme of this particular Libra season that I've noticed for the collective is that sometimes balancing the scales and sometimes keeping the peace requires you to confront a problem. Libras often like to keep the peace, and sometimes that can go into the direction of like, oh, well, I don't want to disturb the peace, so I'm just going to stay quiet about something. That is not the direction that spirit is wanting you to go with this. Sometimes you have to address things head on for it to be clarified. So say, someone keeps accidentally saying, like calling you the wrong name, for example. Say, they're calling you Brittany and your name's Brittany, okay? So like, you could either just like, it's grating on you. Like, I know it's like a small thing, but literally it's like, every time she says Brittany, you get upset. It's like, you would be, you keep, by not saying something, by not addressing it because it's uncomfortable or whatever, you're actually making it more disturbing your own internal peace. So that's what we're trying to get at here. It's like, you might as well just tell her like, hey, my name's Brittany, not Brittany. Because although that might be awkward at first, like, oh my God, I've been calling you Brittany for like 2 months. I'm so embarrassed. Like, it's better to do that than like let yourself fester. You know, and that's such a tiny example. But sometimes the smallest things can really add up. You know, it really does just take the straw to break the camel's back. So keep that in mind with whatever you're moving through right now, is that to keep the peace, sometimes you really just need to say it. Speak up. And then maybe that's a fun story that you and this other person who's misnaming you the whole time, like, you bond over that. Remember when I called you Brittany? Wasn't that so funny? I always thought that was weird that someone would be named that. You know, whatever. You know, it could actually bring you closer together than apart if you allow it. Aquarius is also a Saturnian ruled sign, just like Capricorn. So this might be also about like embracing the Saturnian lessons that come from a different sign. So maybe you're more familiar with the Capricorn side of Sagittarius. I've been doing readings for like too long right now. Anyway, maybe you're familiar more with like how Saturn shows up in Capricorn ways, and this is advising you maybe to also learn about how other signs like the Aquarius can also show up in that Saturnian way, that structure, by breaking the mold almost, because Aquarius is also associated with Uranus, which is like erratic change, and it's also associated with rebellion. And oh, that's interesting. So I'm getting a few different messages. Maybe like some of you might be needing one of the messages and some of you might need the other. So just, again, always with any of these readings, take what resonates and leave the rest. But there might be some sort of shift that needs to happen within your relationships of some kind. It could be a friendship, it could be a coworker, it could be a romantic partnership, but there's definitely something that needs to give. There needs to be a balance of some sort, and it does seem pretty positive, I would say. I wouldn't say this is like a huge deal. And for some people, I think it's more of like nurturing your inner child, like maybe when you wouldn't have spoken up like when you were younger, but now is the time to show up for yourself and speak up. Like that might not feel like a big deal maybe to other people, but it's a really big deal for you because your inner child's screaming like, oh my God, I really don't want to advocate for myself. That's so scary, and like I might as well just keep the peace by being silent. But it's like, no, it literally isn't maybe a big deal. It's a big deal for you because you're being challenged, your inner child's being challenged, and you're uncomfortable, but it's probably going to end up better than you think it will. So whatever you need to speak up about, definitely do it, because that's also going to feed into your sense of abundance. And I need to tell you my beef with the word abundance, because abundance just means a lot. So I don't really like saying like, I am abundant, because it's like, well, or like I manifest abundance, because that could be like an abundance of bills, an abundance of problems. Like if you don't specify what abundance you're wanting, you could be in trouble. So I feel like this is like also letting you know, like, or it's inviting you to get clear on like, what do you really want? What are you really wanting to attract? What is abundance to you? What is prosperity to you? What is success to you? What is wealth to you? And we've talked about this in some of the previous readings. So if any of the other astrological signs are resonating with you, definitely check out the other readings too, if they resonate with you. But like, wealth isn't just money. In fact, most wealth is not money. So just taking, like, you are abundant right now. And if you don't feel that way, now is a good time to ask why, and to also recognize what areas of life you actually are abundant. Maybe you have like a really good network of emotional support right now, and that's priceless. People can't pay for genuine friendship. Like, you can have all the money in the world and not be able to buy a genuine friendship, you know? So there's some things that literally money can't buy that you have, and that you can be grateful for, and that is what makes you wealthy. And that's what's going to actually also translate into physical wealth too. The more that you notice the wealth that money can't buy around you, the more that you will actually feel able to accumulate more monetary wealth. So let's now pick a good luck charm out of the treasure chest for you. What is bringing you good luck? Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it says swag with a cool S. If you know from middle school, the cool S's that you can draw. And it's a shrinky dink. I actually made this a while ago. And so your good luck is to channel your inner child. That's actually a lot of the good luck that is coming in for a lot of signs right now. Channeling your inner child, doodling, maybe like just having a creative outlet that's just for you. Something that'll like help you channel your inner child and feel nurtured, like coloring or even hanging out or having a chat with a childhood friend. And just getting silly, like swag. That also was like in peak vernacular, like in 2012. So maybe 2012 also has like a signification to you. Maybe something happened then that is being revisited at this time, and you can draw from that time to bring you wisdom with what you're moving through right now. Swag. You know what I'm thinking of is that song by Justin Bieber. It's that boyfriend song, yeah. Swag, swag on you. Chilling by the fire while we eating fondue. I don't know about me, but I know about you. So say hello to falsetto in 3, 2, swag. Like the silliest things. Let that like bring you joy. That is what's going to bring you more good luck. Like again, Capricorns can be sometimes real serious, and Spirit is inviting you to, you know, yes, embrace your seriousness. You're serious. That's fine. You are who you are. And also let loose a little bit. Have a little bit of fun. Don't take things too seriously. All right, my loves. I hope that these messages resonated with you. If they did, please leave a comment. We'd love to know your feedback. And without further ado, let's go to Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius group. This is your intuitive astrological reading, timeless reading. You can watch this at any time. And we're just drawing cards from, this is the Astrological tarot deck that we're working with today. This is another astrological deck. I don't know, the name of it is like what's it called? In Latin. So I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is by Labyrinthos. I'm going to link it in the description. So if you're interested in any of these decks, you'll be able to find it there. This is the Angel Numbers deck. We only want one card from this one. Ooh, you got number one. And I want to get one more of this deck as well. Oh my goodness. Let's just get one card, please, Spirit. Okay. Pisces. Interesting. Let's dig in. Well, let's start with the tarot card that you got. This is the 3 of Pentacles, and it's associated with Mars Capricorn. So Mars does love being in Capricorn. It's nice, steady work pace, drive to achieve. So this also is indicating like teamwork of some kind. So working as a collective or a group to achieve something greater than the sum of its parts. So maybe you are building something in collaboration with someone at this time. It is also a Pentacles card, so it could be financial or material in nature. It could be a creation of some kind. Maybe you're creating a project or something in a group setting. There also is like books and like writing utensils and stuff involved. So maybe it's also like if you're in school, it could be like a work project together, things like that. So that might be the topic that we are uncovering today. We're going to next go to more messages will come as it goes. Let's just introduce each of the cards. You got the number 1 angel number, and it's I am innovative. So it reads, you are a self-starter with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful and will help you get through rough times and reach success. I am innovative. That's so powerful. And also, whenever I think of Aquarius, honestly, for innovation, because it's like Uranus. It's like the Eureka. It's the mad scientist sign. So, you know, your uniqueness is such a big strength for you. And so maybe whatever you're offering, whatever you're building right now, using your unique perspective and mad scientist mind is going to be beneficial for you, definitely, even if it kind of goes against the grain. You know, definitely listen to the people around you that you trust, if you know, to bounce ideas off of, because sometimes a mad scientist can get a little too mad, you know, get a little too lost in the sauce. I'm seeing that with Pisces too. Like, Pisces is the dreamer, so it seems like there's a dream, you know, that you can bring to life here, like material realm. The issue though with that Piscean energy though is like the dream world has no limits. So sometimes if you get too lost in the sauce, like, you can get detached from the reality of a situation. So staying grounded is going to be helpful with whatever this project is that you're trying to create. You also got the waxing gibbous card, and when we're talking about a waxing moon, it's getting bigger. So it's about to reach full moon status. Full moon status is a climax. It is a culmination. It is, I don't want to say completion. It could be a completion. So maybe you are coming to, you're almost to the final stretch of completing a project. But the thing about the moon is, like, it's a continuous cycle that's forever waning and waxing. So it's hard to say that there's any finish anywhere in those moments. But if anything, it would be a full moon to, like, getting to that climax. So you're really building up to something big here. It feels like you're about to finish something that you've been working hard on with a collective. Maybe you are graduating. Maybe you are, you know, you're achieving something. And if nothing in particular is really coming to mind right away about this, it could be also metaphorical. So maybe you're building, you know, although it is physical. I think for most people it'll be physical, but for any of you who are like struggling with this, it'll be more metaphorical in the sense of, like, maybe you've been building your own sense of confidence, or your own sense of, like, going after your dreams or trusting your intuition. You know, these are the things that can also be talked about through these messages. Additionally, Spirit just wants to tell you that, like, your hard work is paying off, even if you don't see the rewards right away. Things will trickle in due time. You don't want to get all of the rewards right away, because you'll be bombarded and you won't know what to do with it. And you also might lack an appreciation for it that you might have if it was gradually given to you. So I like to think of, like, okay, say, a 18-year-old, a really young person, a young adult, gets rich super fast. They, like, have just, like, an idea that takes off, and then all of a sudden they're rich. And then they never had time to, like, build that over time. It was just like a, like, snapshot, like, it just appeared basically before them. Sure, they might have put in some work, but really it was like it kind of manifested without them having to wait and things like that. It's more likely that that person might waste the money or might not appreciate it than, like, someone who's been working towards a goal for like 50 years, you know? I know those are, like, very stark different things, but finding appreciation for what you do have is definitely, it's a pretty much an overarching thing for a lot of the readings that we've gone through today, but especially for you, not getting too lost in the work, not getting too lost in the dream world, and really getting grounded in what you do have and what's happening. Like, this seems like a new beginning for you in a lot of ways. It's obviously coming to an end of some kind, or a climax of some kind, but this could be leading into a brand new beginning of so many other sorts. So being grateful and being present through this part of the journey is super helpful for you. We're also going to draw a good luck charm for you to see what's bringing you good luck moving forward. Oh my gosh. Of course, the Aquarius gets a star. This is like one of those like glow in the dark stars that you can put on a wall or the ceiling or whatever, and it glows in the dark or under black light, which is so unique. You know, I feel like that speaks to the innovative, like unique status of Aquarius. And also, Aquarius is associated with the star tarot card. So I feel like your good luck is really about, this is also something that shines in the dark. So maybe the project that you're working on too, well, Spirit, let's be clear. I don't want to get to, I'm getting a little too many messages here. Okay. Following your dreams, obviously, that's going to be your good luck charm. And I know that's so like eye rolly. It's like, yeah, okay. Follow your dreams, the most basic advice ever. But no, for truly, like following your mad scientist. And also like shining in the dark is coming up too. So maybe like you can shine the brightest in someone else's darkest time. Maybe you also offer your support, maybe part of this project, or maybe it's also just like emotional growth that you're going through so that you can offer more wisdom to others who are in their darkest time. You can be that light that can illuminate and like help guide people in the right way when they're feeling down in the darkness, because you're light. You are, a lot of the other readings that we got today, a lot of them are in like the newer phases where the moon is a lot smaller or not appearing at all, so there's not a lot of light in the sky, whereas you are like more illuminated. So you can be that bright light. Your good luck is probably also, I keep dropping this too, so going all over the place, you know, following your heart, and it's like a shooting star. I'm feeling that too. So like make a wish. Like your dreams really can come true in so many ways. Obviously, don't get lost in the sauce. Be real. And also don't limit yourself before the universe can. You know, like if you really have a dream that's actually attainable and not too ridiculous for possibility. The only ridiculousness that I'm really seeing too is like if you want to prove gravity wrong or something like that. It's like that's probably not the most realistic of goals for you, and also maybe not a great use of your time, because why? But you know, following what really resonates with you and going for your dreams, that is your good luck. Thank you for sitting with me for this reading. I hope that the messages resonated with you. If they did, please leave a comment. Love to know which group you chose. And without further ado, we're going to go on to Pisces. Pisces, fishies. Hello, my fabulous Pisces. I love Pisces. Obviously, I am a Pisces sun, Mars, and Saturn. So I am a fan. We're going to be drawing, yes, a card from the Astrological tarot deck here. And we have another astrological deck. It's not tarot here. It's by Labyrinthos. I will be posting it in the description if you want to know more about the decks that I'm using. And then we're also drawing a angel number card from the angel number deck. Ooh, very nice. Okay. We got 888 in Pisces in this group, and also in the Capricorn group. So if you want more messages, maybe you want to check out the Capricorn reading as well. And this says, I am abundant, and the message is, as you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. So I am abundant is your mantra. And I do want to say too that I said this for the Capricorn group too, but I need to say it again. Abundance is a tricky word, because abundance just means a lot. So be careful with when you're trying to manifest abundance or whatever, because it could be an abundance of trash. It could be abundance of problems. So what you're really probably wanting is like an abundance of monetary wealth, or an abundance of feelings of security, you know, things like that. So whatever you're moving through right now, trying to keep that mindset of like being more specific with what you're wanting, rather than just being broad, like I'm abundant. It's like, abundant in what? So that's the message that's coming through here. Eights are also, it is a prosperity number. So I am seeing a lot of positivity in that realm. There's a lot of gain to be made at this time in your life. And that being said, it might not be without some struggles. This is the Judgment card, and it is associated with the planet of Pluto. And it's not bad. This is not a bad card. Judgment is just about, I see it as karma coming in. So if you've been sowing the seeds and doing the work and, you know, being nice to people and trying to be the bigger person, you know, yeah, you might make mistakes here and there, but overall you're following your heart and you're doing what's right for you. Judgment's going to come in and be nicer to you than if you have maybe been neglecting the lessons that you're supposed to be learning. Neglecting, you know, being in the real world too. Pisces, gosh, I understand this so bad that you might want to like disappear into other realms or indulge in escapism through substances or even your phone or just things that are not good for you. This is just a time where you might be facing the consequences of your actions. And again, it can be so magnificent. I don't know why Spirit's like, anyway, this is a timeless reading. At the time of this reading, however, that this is recorded, Pluto just stationed direct for the very last time in Capricorn. And Capricorn did come up earlier, so maybe you should check out the Capricorn reading as well. That being said, yeah, this is the last time in our lifetimes that Pluto will be in the planet of Capricorn. And then it's forever going to be, well, not forever, but for the next 20 years, it's going to be moving into Aquarius. And Aquarius has showed up here too. So it feels like a big part of your Pluto story is wrapped up in this reading. So there's a lot of transformation that's happening, and transformation can feel uncomfortable. You know, I think of like a snake shedding its skin and it's like itchy and it's like, oh, I just want this old skin off of me already. Like that Pluto, Capricorn, maybe. You know, whatever old skin you're trying to shed that you've been working on for like decades even, or just like a long time, you just really want to just be on the other side of that. And this is telling you like, just wait, like enjoy the shedding process as it happens, because you will be surprised by it. Like it makes you more resilient on the other side, and it will make you more appreciative of the new skin because you do have to face like a little bit of that discomfort of shedding the old. You're also getting Cancer energy. So there's a lot of water. Even Aquarius here has that, you know, the dumping of the water happening. So I feel like, well, and also Pisces is the wateriest of water, in my opinion. So with Cancer showing up here too, and the full moon, there's like an illumination that's happening here. There's the, you know, you're seeing things emotionally maybe more clearly than you ever have in relation to whatever you're wanting a reading on today, or whatever you're moving through at the time of this reading. Because the full moon symbolizes, yeah, not only is the sky like bright at night and you can see more, you also, it's a time of culmination and of completion. It's like, okay, it's finally gotten to the point where it's as big as it can go, and then it's going to gradually get smaller again. And then it's, you know, like the waves crash against the sand, and the, you know, the moon also waxes and wanes and, you know, does its whole cycle. So you're in that moment of the cycle where, yeah, there's change afoot. That's also like a new beginning. So Cancer is a cardinal sign, and Aquarius is a fixed sign. So there's still like, there is a new beginning here for you, and there's change, but there also seems to be some sort of support for you that's fixed, that can stay the same. So maybe it's within your community that you feel like you can lean on them a little bit more while this change happens and this discomfort happens, so you don't go bonkers, you know. And also being grateful for what you do have through the change. You know, you might not, a little fuzz too coming in. I've been doing readings. This is my first time doing this, and I'm noticing that my when you like channel for extended periods of time, you do get loopy, and it's so perfect for the Pisces reading that I'm just like feeling the loopiest of loopy because I'm channeling y'all too. The Pisces energy is here. It's like, oh, fishy. Well, and also it's like I'm feeling like a sugar coaty energy too, because like I want to tell you that like, oh, it'll all be fine, and it all will be fine, but like, oh, don't worry, like this change, this shedding of skin is going to feel so great and you're going to feel so refreshed. And that is the truth. It's not the full truth though, because it is going to be uncomfortable. And there are things that you are facing or will have to face that you probably are not going to be happy about. But again, you're going to come out with clean skin on the other side as long as you embrace the challenges, because you don't want to have like flecks of skin still on you because you couldn't fully purge it when the whole thing was coming off. You know, you don't want to have those remnants later on. So just do it. That's kind of the energy that's coming through for you. Change is uncomfortable, and that's okay. And also, like, our biggest growth comes through times like these. This is like how we can build our compassion for other people, and also build compassion for ourselves, and build more emotional resilience. The cool thing about Cancer, so this is how I think about all the signs. Like, Cancer is the crab, so it has its protective barrier. You know, it's got its claws. Do not mess with the crab. And Scorpios are like that too. They're the scorpion. They can sting you. Do not get close to them. They will sting you. Pisces, they're the fish. They don't have a protective mechanism besides just swimming away, which is a valid, survival tactic. And also, like, if you just swim away, you can't really swim away from like toxic waters. You know, if the water is already toxic, you can swim around and try to swim away from it, but it's in the water, so there's nothing you can do to protect yourself. And I'm feeling that for you emotionally too. Like, maybe in the past, or you've noticed that you don't have that protective barrier when it comes to emotions. And like a lot of times I notice that Pisces like take on other people's emotions. They can feel so much that sometimes they're feeling for someone else and they can't tell the difference if that's like what they're actually feeling or if that's them. And so they have this like confusion, and then they're holding not only their emotions but someone else's, and then it's too overwhelming, so they want to escape in whatever ways that they want to, or swim away, but the medicine here, the nice thing is that Cancer is coming up for you, so it does seem like you do have that capability of that protection now. You know, you can literally, the waters might be toxic in some ways for you, like in certain waters, but you can get out and you can chill while maybe the toxicity goes away, so I feel like that might be helpful for you, is maybe finding Cancer in your chart and leaning more into that. Or even like watching maybe the Cancer reading from today and see if you get any messages from that. But just know that you're okay. Things might feel a little chaotic, but you are the fishies. Like, you are a mutable sign. Like, Pisces can adapt, and so like this is nothing new. Also, the other like stereotype about Pisces is that they contain all of the wisdom of all of the previous signs. They've lived it all, and so that's why they are the way they are. They can have this great compassion even if like this person's super toxic. Toxic keeps coming up, so there might be someone in your life or a source that is emotionally tainting your waters that needs to be killed. It's a severe word, but like, don't kill someone. Like, it's more like, again, everything I say is mostly metaphorical, so please use your discernment. I will never tell you to kill someone. Or, it's just like a mindset, maybe like the insecure part of you that needs to go. Or certain people, I do think that maybe a connection in your life might need to go. And you should know who this person is. If that resonates with you, and you know why. And do it in your right timing. But like, why would you want to be hanging out with people who still have their old skin when you have a brand new one? Like, don't let people keep you back from like the highest version of yourself that you can be, because they are not on the same growth journey from you. Because like sometimes like you have friends that you can grow with forever. That's awesome. But sometimes you have friends that you only are meant to be with for a certain amount of time, and then you grow apart. And then if you keep keeping this person around, they're just taking nutrients from your roots, and then you can't be as strong as you would if you just severed like that weed and then grew on your own. You know what I mean? So, and sometimes we grow apart from people and then we grow back together too. Like life can be long. And so don't make too many assumptions either. Like, especially if it's like a childhood friend and you're like, well, I've known this person forever. Like it feels wrong to like break a tie. It's like, well, maybe it's time for that. And maybe in 10 years or less or more, whatever, when you both go your own ways, you can come together stronger. And like, time also heals all wounds. So maybe something that's a big deal right now, it might not be a big deal down the line when you guys come together. So don't be afraid of releasing people from your life that are no longer benefiting you. This is time, to detach a little bit. Take a lesson from Aquarius. Dump out anything that's emotionally toxic. It's like, it's time for that to go. Let's choose now your good luck charm to see what's going to be bringing you good luck moving forward. Oh, wow. You've got the citrine. I'm always surprised with what's coming out. Citrine. Citrine is a crystal that is associated with wealth, financial wealth too. So maybe this is something too, if you can cut out a person in your life that might attract more wealth. But this is your good luck charm. So maybe getting in touch with what wealth means to you, and then leaning on that's going to bring you good luck. So say like, the wealth of like a really good friend who you can share your genuine feelings with about what's going on, like that is your wealth. And the more that you see that as wealth, the more that you can lean into it and then feel wealthier too. Because it's like, you can't buy a good friend who will listen to you. You know, you can't buy a support system like that. And also maybe you do have physical resources that you can tap into as well, that you just aren't for maybe a myriad of reasons, but maybe even like, you know, it can be really scary to take out a loan or something, but if you're wanting to build like a business or something, sometimes you need that help to get you started, and then you can make it, you know? So like, just lean on the resources that you have, and that is your good luck. And that can also be internal resources, like your dreamscape. Like Pisces can dream like no other, and that is a beautiful gift, and that is a sense of wealth. That's a source of wealth that you can tap into. So don't sell yourself short. You have a lot of gifts, and you're coming into this new you, and new opportunity for new beginnings. That's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. So don't sell yourself short. Ask for what you deserve, and that is your good luck. So thank you so much for sitting with me for this reading. If this resonated with you, please leave a comment. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I want to hear feedback. This is my first video of the kind, so I would love any feedback that you have. Please be nice. I am open to feedback, and I'm also a human being. So thank you so much for being here. I just love you all so much. Many peace and blessings to you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.